Hello, Dan Mizzi-Harris here, product designer on the design system team. Just recording a quick video to accompany this proposal. I won't go into much detail of the proposal in this video. Please take a look through, but we're looking at ways to balance the trade-offs of the designer experience, Figma component property complexity, dependencies, all of these kind of things. Please do take a look at the bits here. I want to just record a quick walkthrough of the solution. So if you haven't read it yet, please pause, read the issue, and then come back. All right, so I've mocked up how this solution could work with a built-in element. I've used a badge and tabs just to talk about what we can do and some of the trade-offs. Let's jump into the Figma file. Okay, so I've pulled in a copy of the badge component. It's a great component. It's got loads of different options, states, icons, sizes, yada yada yada. But in our tab, we only need it really to display a number. The majority of these options get a little bit spicy. I'm going to just flip the order of these. And let's jump in here. We've got state, lovely, variant, icons, and so on, which we wouldn't necessarily recommend that a badge like this ends up in a tab, but that is possible. If we nest it, all of these properties come along for the ride. And you might say, well, why expose them up anyway? I think being able to change this 42 is super important from this level. So say 12. Obviously, if they has no badge, but it seems like we can do better. It's just where the embedded comes in. This isn't using the badge component. If we jump in, it's just the auto layout with something that looks like a badge. And we can have our number here. No need to expose all of the other properties like the changing the colors or changing the state, stuff that should be handled within the component itself. This becomes even more important when we have with tabs where there's multiple, where we might show the tab details for each and then all the badge details. Pretty overwhelming experience. There are things that we would probably do to reduce this. It's an extreme example on purpose. And here we have, if we embed the component, still pretty overwhelming. We've got 3 tabs and all of the options, which we probably would try and avoid anyway, but it's significantly less than the 6 we have, where it's the tab and then badge, tab and then badge, tab and then badge. It's just our 3. Tab, tab, tab. So something that's one of the big challenges around this is how do we keep these things in sync? Because we're not using the badge component. If we made a change here, let's say the badge becomes square, I can do that actually. The badge becomes square. When we embed the component, or when we nest the component, sorry, that update happens straight away. If we embed it, we need to remember to go through and do that. I think we can mitigate this, solve this by using Figma variables within the component library. These aren't the same as design tokens, though they are related and they come into play. So let's have a quick look at the existing, I can't look at the existing construction, but we have design tokens on badges, which would keep our colors in sync. But particularly these shape ones, we don't have. So I think we can create a lightweight set of Figma variables that don't get published anywhere. They only live within the component library file for things that don't have design tokens. And for badge, I think these 4 variables will keep in sync the majority of changes that I can foresee happening to badge. The subtle ones that we're likely to lose. So a badge padding X, a badge padding Y, and a badge border radius. Let me just check this is applied back to it here. So I think by using a strategy like this, if we change the border radius to 0 here, we should see badges update everywhere. So it's quite hard to see. Aha, this is the bit of the demo I forgot to do. Actually apply the apply them here. Thankfully, it should not take long at all. X, Y, stroke isn't built in to it, so we don't need to worry about that. There we go. Right, sorry if you missed what was going on there. Now, because we have these Figma variables applied to both to the component and to the embedded instance in tab, we can have these styles stay in sync. So let's say badges become significantly wider for some reason. They'll stay in sync everywhere in the main component, in the embedded instances, and we still have our benefit of not exposing all of the badge props. Over time, these variables that are scoped just to the component library file will be replaced with design tokens. But I think we need some, I think to mitigate some of the concerns raised, having this as an interim solution will help us. So yeah, have a look, let me know, have a play with the file. Yeah, let's see if we can get the benefits of this.